For 3 years, every time Jake came home, his dog hit the front door like the world was ending in the best possible way. Then one day she just walked over. Then she stopped coming at all. Jake thought she was maturing, getting calmer. He was wrong. She was withdrawing. Today we're telling you the 10 behaviors that create that kind of invisible distance between you and your dog. Number 10, talking too much. Most owners narrate their entire day to their dog because dogs are remarkably patient listeners. It feels like communication. University of British Columbia psychologist Stanley Coren found that the average dog understands roughly 165 words, comparable to a 2-year-old child. When you flood that 2-year-old mind with paragraphs, the meaningful signals drown in noise. Another study revealed that dogs process word meaning in their left hemisphere and tone in a separate right side region, but their reward centers only activate when both align with praise. Constant talking misaligns both. Dogs are primarily visual communicators, and research consistently shows they follow hand gestures over verbal commands when the two conflict. The fix is simple: one word, one behavior, one clear signal. Let silence carry weight. Let your posture speak before your mouth opens, because your dog was reading your body long before you ever said a word. But if verbal overload quietly confuses your dog, the next behavior quietly humiliates one of their most primal needs. Number 9, rushing potty breaks. You stand in the cold, leash in hand, visibly impatient, and your dog circles the same patch of grass for the 4th time. It looks like stalling. It is actually biology. A 2-year landmark study tracking over 7,000 elimination events, published in Frontiers in Zoology, found that dogs show a statistically significant preference to align themselves along the Earth's north-south magnetic axis during elimination, only abandoning this when Earth's magnetic field was disrupted. Elimination is a multi-sensory act involving scent assessment, surface preference, and social communication through urine marking. Research confirmed that canine urine carries layered information about gender, health, reproductive status, making every sniff before squatting a necessary information-gathering moment. When you rush this process, you're not saving 3 minutes. You're denying your dog access to a complex, meaningful ritual. Chronically rushed dogs develop anxiety around elimination, which can cascade into house soiling, one of the top reasons dogs are surrendered to shelters. Give them the time. The grass conversation matters to them. If rushing breaks disrupts their body, the next habit disrupts their mind without you ever saying a word. Number 8, forced eye contact. You hold their face, look deeply into their eyes, and think, this is love. And for a primate, it is. But Dr. Patricia McConnell, certified applied animal behaviorist, writes plainly, the oh-so-polite primate approach is appallingly rude in canine society. In dog language, a hard, sustained stare is a confrontational signal, what wolves use before aggression escalates. The distinction that changes everything comes from another study, which found that voluntary, soft mutual gazing between dogs and owners triggers reciprocal oxytocin surges, up to 130% in dogs and 300% in owners, mirroring the mother-infant bonding loop. But this biological magic only happens when the gaze is freely chosen by the dog. Forced eye contact triggers the opposite neurochemical response: stress hormones, not bonding hormones. Direct staring from an unfamiliar human measurably elevates canine heart rate. The antidote isn't avoiding eye contact, it's earning it. Train look at me with treats. Use soft eyes and slow blinks. Let your dog choose when to meet your gaze. And when they do, that moment is real. Now we move from the eyes to the clock, because your dog is always watching what happens next. Number 7, scrolling your phone during connection time. Your dog is gazing at you, nudging you, dropping a toy at your feet, and you're watching a video. A landmark study from the University of Milan found that 83% of dogs actively look to their owner's face when encountering something uncertain, a behavior called social referencing, deeply wired for survival. Your face is their emotional compass. When that compass is buried in a screen, they receive no reading. Julian Kaminsky, a leading dog cognition researcher at Durham University, put it directly: a dog would know that the owner is not attentive and engaged at all. Over time, a dog who repeatedly seeks connection and finds absence stops seeking. They stop bringing the toy, they stop nudging, they stop checking your face. That emotional withdrawal happens quietly, and owners mistake it for the dog calming down. It isn't calm, it's a resignation. Put the phone in your pocket. Your dog is asking for 30 seconds. Give them those seconds like they are the only thing happening. Even when you're present, what you do next in the day can silently undermine everything you've built. Number 6. Unpredictable daily routines. Dogs don't read clocks, but they read patterns with extraordinary precision. Daylight shifts, household sounds, the sequence of your morning movements. When those patterns become unpredictable, the dog's stress response activates. A foundational study in behavioral neuroscience demonstrated that uncontrollable, unpredictable events produce significantly greater cortisol elevation in dogs than controllable ones, and that even a simple warning signal before a stressor dramatically reduced the hormonal response. Most strikingly, Sunman Scientific Reports study demonstrated that dogs synchronize long-term cortisol levels with their owners. Your chronic stress biologically becomes their chronic stress, measured across months of hair cortisol sampling. Your chaos is contagious, and the dog absorbs it silently. Anchor your routine, consistent feeding times, predictable walk windows, and a recognizable morning sequence are not luxuries. They are the framework your dog uses to feel safe inside the life you share. Routine gives dogs safety and time, but the next behavior strips away safety and space. Number 5. Changing the rules without explanation. Yesterday, the couch was fine. Today, it earns a firm correction. From your perspective, the context changed. From your dog's perspective, the ground shifted beneath their feet without warning. Dogs cannot rationalize human mood states, workload, or stress. What they can do, brilliantly, is build behavioral maps based on what you've consistently rewarded or ignored. When those maps are repeatedly invalidated, anxiety replaces confidence. Inconsistency provides the opposite. The cortisol consequence is real. Bearda's Utrecht studies confirmed that unpredictable social environments produce the same stress signatures as outright punishment. Your dog doesn't need perfection. They need a pattern. The boundaries themselves matter far less than their consistency. A dog who knows exactly what to expect from you is a dog who can finally relax in your presence. Please pause for a second and let us know in the comments which dog breed you have. Let's tell you another behavior that can push your dog away. Number 4. Denying sniff time on walks. You keep a brisk pace, the leash stays tight. Every attempt your dog makes to investigate a lamppost or a grass patch gets a tug forward. What feels like efficient exercise is actually sensory deprivation. Dog Cognition Lab studies explains that a dog's olfactory cortex is approximately 40 times larger than a human's, and a 2022 Cornell University neuroimaging study discovered a direct neural connection between the canine olfactory bulb and visual cortex, a pathway found in no other studied species. Smell and sight are literally wired together in the dog brain. Then came the defining experiment. Duranton and Horowitz's 2019 study randomly assigned dogs to either nose work or structured heel work for 2 weeks. Using a validated cognitive bias test, a measure of optimism, the nosework dogs approached ambiguous situations significantly more positively than the heel work group. Sniffing doesn't just satisfy curiosity, it measurably improves emotional state. Slow down. Let the leash go slack. A 20-minute sniff walk provides more psychological enrichment than an hour of forced marching. Denying sniff time suppresses joy. But the next behavior suppresses something even more essential that your dog uses to survive. Number 3. Ignoring calming signals. Your dog yawns when you lean over them, licks their nose when a stranger approaches, turns their head away when you raise your voice. Most owners read none of it. A survey of over 1,100 dog owners by Murady and colleagues found that while most could identify extreme distress, trembling, cowering, the vast majority missed the subtle, early signals. The Bearda research series at Utrecht University established that displacement behaviors, lip licking, yawning, paw lifting, body shaking reliably correlate with elevated cortisol. When these signals go ignored repeatedly, dogs climb what behaviorists call the ladder of aggression toward the only communication that cannot be ignored. They don't bite because they're bad. They bite because everything quieter went unanswered. Learn to read the whisper before the dog has to shout. When subtle signals are ignored, dogs eventually try louder ones. And what happens to that louder signal is the most dangerous mistake on this list. Number 2, punishing your dog for growling. A growl happens, you correct it. Problem solved, you think. But the American Kennel Club states clearly, punishing the growl only removes the warning. It does nothing to remove what caused it. The dog is still uncomfortable, still stressed, still afraid. Now they're also silent. Behavioral veterinarian Ian Dunbar has called growl-suppressed dogs ticking time bombs. The landmark Heron, Schofer, and Reisner study found that confrontational responses to dogs hitting, staring down, alpha rolling, and correction during growling resulted in aggressive responses in 25 to 43% of cases. Not a rare outcome, nearly half. So please respect the growl. It is a gift, a warning given before a bite that wasn't. Find the trigger, address the fear. Never punish a dog for telling you they need help. And finally, the behavior that quietly corrodes the bond every single day through the one object that connects you on every walk. Number 1, chronic leash tension. Every day the leash goes taut. Every day a small jolt communicates something to your dog, not information, but pain, confusion, and fear. Research has confirmed that collar pressure measurably increases intraocular pressure in dogs, a documented risk factor for glaucoma. The behavioral cost is equally severe. A study compared dogs from reward-based and aversive training schools. Those trained aversively showed significantly more stress behaviors, higher post-training cortisol, and performed more pessimistically on cognitive bias tests. Scientific reports confirmed that dogs whose owners used multiple aversive methods developed a measurably pessimistic outlook on life itself. This is not about one sharp tug. It is about a daily relationship built on physical tension rather than trust, on compliance rather than connection. Switch to a front clip harness. Train with rewards. Let the leash go slack, and feel what happens when your dog walks beside you by choice. Your dog cannot tell you what hurts, but they carry every one of these moments in their body, their behavior, and the way they look, or stop looking, at you. Every behavior on this list is fixable, starting right now. And if you like this video, please share your thoughts in the comments.